Today we are taking a journey through 25 of the most interesting and surprising Easter eggs in American Truck Simulator. From clever funny references to quirky Easter eggs, these details will make you want to keep an eye out for the unexpected. First up, north of Rawlins, near the muddy Gap gas station, you'll stumble upon a figure-8 dirt racetrack, an unusual sight in the middle of Wyoming's countryside. This track isn't based on any real location, it's a fun little spot to test your driving skills or simply take a break from the open road for a few spins on the dirt. On this side of MT-24, keep your eyes peeled, because you'll see an unlikely scene. A couple of dinosaurs actually chasing a bison. It's like a mini Jurassic Park. The dinos are standing tall, making for an absurd yet entertaining sight along the road. This quirky Easter egg adds a prehistoric twist to your travel, so don't miss it. East of Albuquerque, there's a special stretch of the road that plays a tune as you drive over the rumble strips. To find this hidden gem, exit the highway onto the unmarked road that doesn't show up on GPS. As you drive over the strips, the vibrations create a melody. If you find yourself crossing Fort Point Bridge, take a second to look up. There's a wholesome, uplifting banner hanging overhead that's meant to put a smile on your face. It's a small detail, but one that can bring a little positivity to your journey. Sometimes it's the subtle messages that have the biggest impact, making you feel connected to the game world and even a little encouraged. If you want to discover this Easter egg, you will need to go a bit off the beaten path. Use the DevCam or free camera, travel this location to the DATCU stadium. Inside you will find a hidden message that is invisible during normal gameplay. It's like a little reward for the curious players willing to explore further than usual. Northwest of Colorado Springs on the US 285, you spot a collection of garbage bins that might look a bit familiar. They are decorated with the characters from South Park, the famous animated sitcom set in Colorado. It's a subtle nod that South Park fans will enjoy, and it adds a touch of local humor to the game. This one is a sentimental Easter egg. In Knievel, there's a grave dedicated to Brian O'Connor, the beloved character from the Fast and Furious movies. You can also find another similar tribute in Lakeview, Oregon. These are the heartfelt homages to Paul Walker, the actor who portrayed Brian and whose untimely passing left a mark on fans. It's a touching gesture from developers who know how the character means to fans around the world. In Twin Falls, Idaho, you will find a tribute to one of America's most iconic daredevils, Evil Knievel. Near the Snake River Canyon, there's a ramp reminiscent of Knievel's famous attempt to jump across the canyon back in 1974. But here's the catch. This ramp leads your truck straight off a cliff, sending you plummeting down the rocks and water below if you don't clear the jump. Now, if somehow survive the drop and keep your truck running, which is not easy, there's another ramp waiting on the other side of the river. The second ramp provides a way back to the main road, almost like an exit from this wild canyon jumping adventure. In Pocatello, there's an accessible automobile junkyard and a hidden road nearby that you can explore. It's a grittier scene that brings a real-world vibe to the game. The world feels mysterious and off the beaten path, adding a sense of discovery for players who stumble across it. This one's straight out of a sci-fi movie. If you happen to drive north of Las Vegas on NV 375 near Rachel at night, look at the distance, you might just spot some UFOs hovering in the sky. Nevada is famously associated with the alien lore thanks to Area 51, so this Easter egg fits right in the region's reputation. That's a touch of mystery and wonder to the nighttime drive through the Nevada desert. For this Easter egg, if you are near Gallup on US 491, take a close look at the screen on the police officer's laptop. The interface looks like the police computers in GTA 4, which is a fun nod to another popular game series. It's a subtle reference, but one that gaming fans will appreciate. In Pendleton, there's a rose sign in Dutch that says this, which translates for oil leakage instruction, pay attention. It's an odd touch of international flavor in the American landscape, adding a curious bit of language diversity for those who understand Dutch. In Grangeville, keep an eye out for the construction site named SCS Construction, a playful Easter egg paying a tribute to the game's developer SCS Software. It's a nice way of giving a little credit to the creators while keeping it cleverly integrated in the game world. If you are driving down US 191 in Monticello, south of Moab, you will see a police stakeout in action. Cops are observing from a distance, adding an unexpected scene. For a touch of wildlife, head towards Aberdeen, part of the Washing DLC, where you might see animals crossing the road. It's a cute detail that reminds you to be curious, even in the digital wilderness of ATS. In Grand Junction, Colorado, there's a truck stop where you'll see NPCs going about their day, one washing their truck, while others are having a barbecue. It feels authentic and gives a sense of community, making this truck stop feel lively and real. Around Mount St. Helens, you'll spot the road signs that will declare it as the Extraterrestrial Highway. It's a quirky twist that plays into the alien fashion tied to certain areas of the US, adding a fun little extra for players to find. In Sierra Vista, Arizona, next to the coastline mining quarry, there's a unique arrangement of bushes that spell out the word Patrix when viewed from above. This subtle landscaping message is likely a reference to a member of the SCS software team. South of Pioche, you will come across a small commotion. A group of workers seem to be in a disagreement, and one of them is actually dancing on the roof. It's a humorous little moment that feels lively and unpredictable. On US 101, southbound near the Young Bay Bridge in Astoria, look to your left and you'll see a figure standing on the rocks. Just as you approach the bridge, a killer whale leaps out of the water. Clear reference to the iconic scene in Free Willy. It's a beautiful tribute to the movie, especially since part of it was filmed in Astoria. Just east of Steamboat Springs on the US 34, you will find a group of cows lingering near a butchered shop advertisement with cuts of meat proudly displayed. Though the cows aren't facing the billboard, the placement makes it feel like they are blissfully unaware of what awaits them, adding a bit of dark humor to this rural stretch of road. Here, you will find control boxes decorated with paint murals depicting SCS Software's developers. It's a subtle tribute to the team that created the game, and a fun Easter egg for anyone who knows the faces of the people behind ATS. Northwest of Page on US 89, keep an eye out on the water, and you might catch a glimpse of the Glen Canyon monster. It's a creature merely emerging from the surface, hinting at legends of lake monsters lurking in American waters. North of Roswell, near the Global Mills dairy plant, you'll see an abandoned truck with an inflatable alien. But here's the twist. When viewed from above, the tire tracks spell out UFO. It's a playful reference to Roswell's long-standing alien reputation. Lastly, there's a hidden obstacle course in the Freeport Center in Ogden. Just north of the Walmart warehouse, you'll find a small setup with cones and penalty signs for each one you hit. It's like a mini driving test course, adding an interactive challenge if you feel like practicing your precision driving. And for those who stuck around till the end, I've got one last bonus Easter egg for you. If you are traveling along SCR 58 between Barstow and Bakersfield, keep an eye out for the Oasis Hotel. At first glance, it might look like an ordinary abandoned roadside motel, but as you approach, you'll notice a large, eerie house looming up on the hill above it. If you visit this location at night, you'll see something especially chilling. A shadowy silhouette of a person in the top left window of the house. The setup is clearly inspired by the iconic Bates Motel from Alfred Hitchcock's classic 1960 thriller Psycho. It's a haunting reminder of the horror's classic and adds an unexpected spooky twist to the game. So if you are brave enough, stop by after dark. Hope you enjoyed these hidden gems in American Truck Simulator. Next time you hit the open road, keep your eyes open. Who knows what other secrets you will discover. Thanks for watching.